Yeah. Hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name's Haziq Ali. I want to welcome you to Free Coaching Friday. This is all about you, baby. I'm a self-esteem development specialist. I'm a revenue acceleration expert, and our company just now made the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in America. So, I feel like that makes me uniquely positioned to be able to help. I mean, we've been saying it for years that I've been using this technology for click and order stores, for brick and mortar stores. I don't care if you're a mom and pop. I don't care if you're a Fortune 500 company. Our systems work. Young Coco in the house. What's going on? Wagwan. Make sure that you, hey, Chanel, since you first, I need you to ask the first question today. So be thinking about it now. You got like 4 minutes to come up with one, and then everybody else that's watching, everybody else is paying attention. Usually we come up with the curriculum, right? But on days like today, it's all about you. Let me actually break it down. What are all of the things that we covered this week? How many of you were with us every single day this week? Be honest with me, right? On Monday, we covered, actually Sunday night, we covered these 10 leadership myths that destroy most people's potential, right? Then on Monday morning, we covered 10 smart ways that smart people get stuck in labor, not leverage. And then on Tuesday, we covered 5 ways accountability partners help you stay up. Then on Wednesday, we covered 5 unusual ways to stay motivated. Then on Thursday, yesterday, we talked about 8 easy ways to destroy your reputation. This has been a hard week right here. We gave it up. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we give it up, but we gave it up. You know what I mean? So I hope you got something out of this week. Let me ask you, what was your favorite show that we did this week? Which one did you get the most out of? K. Nicole in the house. My man Corey 19. Yeah. What's up, Miss Oliver? Okay. Hey, Corey, you got question number 2, bro. Hey, Allie, you got question number 3. I want to hear what kind of questions. They say you don't judge a man by his answers, so I'm off the hook. You actually judge a man by his questions. I'm just playing. Ain't no judgment here, y'all. We gonna get it on. Hey, share this to the messenger groups, y'all. Let them know we in the house. Okay, your favorite show is the accountability joint, Ali. Did you pick an accountability partner? I think you already had an accountability partner, Ali. What was your favorite episode this week, y'all? I want to know which one stood out to you the most. Which one did you utilize the most from this whole week? Let me know. We're gonna get this party started. YouTube checking in. Facebook checking in. It's time for me to call in on the live line too. All right, let's get it. All right. Let me call in on this joint. Y'all ain't here for my DJing. You know what I mean? That ain't why we show up.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because...
Please enter your... Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted.
Hold up.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves. Entry and exit tones are on.
Yeah, check in, Ronald. What's up, Diamond? Miss Dunlap in the house. Let's get it. Septima, let's get it. That's right. So, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody feeling good. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. I'm a self-esteem development specialist, starting with my own. You hear me? And on top of that, man, we're here to give you mindset. Sometimes it's like, you gotta be bulletproof, right? And sometimes it's skill set, right? because mindset gonna get you 80% of the way. But the skills is still important. Who want to get 80% across a lake when you're swimming? You know, and so that other 20% is the skill set. And then of course we have the heart set part, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make it so that you feel fulfilled when you actually arrive. I was kicking it with everybody a little bit earlier. What's up, Siobhan? I was kicking it with everybody a little bit earlier, and I was kind of breaking. All right, then, Adam, let's get it. Yeah, the Middle East in the house. That's what I used to call DC, because when I grew up in DC, it was the murder capital of the world. I used to call it the Middle East. You know what I mean? I go to sleep to gunshots, like it was lullabies and all of that. But we here now, baby. What up, Smitty? Yeah, let's get it, bro. All right, my man Witherspoon checking in. What's cracking, Spoon? All right. So Mr. Terry in the house. Let's get it. Hey, the trusts are irrevocable. They're irrevocable, Mr. Terry. Okay. So what I was saying, right, is that at the end of the day, our technology works. You know, I just want everybody to write these down. You can ask me questions about any of these, like, hey, I need help with this, or hey, this is where my business is falling short, or hey. And then what happens is, because you're transparent enough to be honest and vulnerable about your problems, about your issues with your business, what you're going to end up doing is serving. Ain't that wild? You're going to end up serving everybody around you, because they're going to find that, hey, my man Kerman checking in. All right then. We're gonna end up serving everybody else with our vulnerability, because some of them don't have the courage to ask the question that's on their heart. We live in a world where it's all about validation. You know, I try to remind people, some of the most powerful people on the planet don't have no followers on Instagram. You go to their page and no one even knows they exist. And these are some of the most valuable, powerful people on the planet. So don't get it twisted. It's not about all these likes and followers. But check it out, though. We're in a world that's consumed with that. And so what it ends up doing is making you think that you're less than, that somehow you aren't qualified to be out here and speaking up. And who are you to be a leader? And you just want to fit in. Those days are over, y'all. If not now, when? And so I want you to write down this technology I'm giving you. This is a formula. We call it the revenue acceleration cycle, because the last step, number 7, starts number 1 all over again. Let me explain. First, you got leads. Somebody give me that in the comments. Leads. Who exactly are you going after with your business? This applies to everybody that can hear my voice. Whether you are calling in on the winter hotline, whether you are watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, the first thing you need to know is what kind of market you're doing your marketing to, right? Who are you actually talking to? Because if you're talking to everybody, then you're speaking to nobody. You get what I mean? So what you need to know is exactly who you're aiming at. We'll break that down. If somebody needs a little bit more help with leads, I need you to ask me a question like, hey, how do I find the right kind of customers for myself, right? Okay. The second one is meaningful conversation. Meaningful conversation, because nobody knows how much nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Somebody give me that in the comments. Nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care. That's meaningful conversation. If I can help you with that for your particular business, ask me a question. The third one was appointments. Appointments do a lot of good things for us, y'all. But one of the main things I want you to realize with appointments, somebody write this down, the will to win is actually the will to prepare. The will to win, what it looked like to everybody else. But the will to prepare is what it feels like to be a winner. That's what it feels like to be one of the great ones. It's that will to prepare. It's what you're doing when nobody's looking. It's getting you ready for the battle you know that's ahead. And appointments give you the chance to do that. You don't mix invitation with presentation. So it's all about appointments. Okay. The next one, right, after appointments is presentation. How good are you at presenting in such a way that your stories crush any objections that somebody might have before they even pose them? You know, if you need help with that, then ask me a question about it. Here's the next one, y'all. After appointments comes conversion. That's right. It's time to close the sale, baby. And if you don't have an irresistible offer, let's explore that this morning. Let's explore this idea that at the end of the day, you need to be making them an offer they can't refuse. And some offers that I hear from some of my students, some offers that I hear from some of my mentees and proteges are quite refusable. It's hella easy to refuse. The asks are really selfish. All they're thinking about is themselves. If you need help with that, then this is a good time to ask a question about it. Then number 6, you got follow up. Everybody knows you're supposed to follow up after somebody don't buy, right? But do you realize you're supposed to follow up after they do? If you want to know what I mean, then ask a question about follow up. If you need some help with your philosophy about follow up, you just don't get turned on by the follow up process. Maybe I can help you out with that today. And then the number 7, where you come right back around the leads, is upsells, right? Upsells, because at the end of the day, you have to use the people that have already bought from you as leads to be able to upsell them. For you to upsell, they must have already been sold something, right? So that starts it right over again with leads. And now you know exactly what market you're upselling to because they're already your market, right? So that's a whole cycle right there. So I'm gonna open this thing up. The affirmation line is right here. I saw a couple questions come in. I know Young Coco got question number 1, and then I think Corey got question number 2. If you want to call in and ask the question live, just dial this number right here, right? That's the affirmation, what we call the winner's hotline, right? That's the winner's hotline, 667-776-WIN1. See what we did there? Or you can just do 9461. Because some of y'all be like, wait a minute, where's W? All right, so it's 9461.
Goodbye.
Oh, snap. So that's what we about to do, y'all. Let me see these questions in the comments, and we're going to get to them. The line just hung up on me,
This is Les Brown,
so I got to call
and you're
back
at
in.
the right place at the right time, because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
Please enter your.
All right, we should be back in the house.
Thank you.
All right, there we go.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay, I'm back. All right. Good morning, millionaire. What's your question this morning? Hold up.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
There we go. So now *6 will unmute your line. *6 will unmute your line. A question about any of the stuff that we covered. Also, I got a question for you. I want to know which one of the classes this week was your favorite. I kind of covered this during the intro, but for those that were on the phone line and missed it, I'm very curious. Sunday night, we did 10 leadership myths that kill our potential. That was a really powerful training Sunday night. That's on the YouTube channel. Then Monday morning, we did 10 smart ways that smart people get stuck in leverage instead of labor. Okay, that was our Labor Day special. Then on Tuesday, we did 5 ways accountability partners help you win. They make it so you got to win. So we covered that. Then on Thursday, we talked about 5 unusual ways to stay motivated. Were those unusual? Right? That was hot, right? And then on Thursday, we talked about 8 easy ways, super easy, to destroy your reputation with just your words. So it was which one of those was your favorite class this week? I want to know. All right. Let me go through some of these questions. When I text, call me, it hangs up on me before it connects to the line. Haven't been able to get on the affirmation line. Dang, man. Anybody else going through that? We're going to work on that. Let me scroll up to the first questions. I don't know what that could be, except these people be hating. Okay, it was Chanel. Young Coco Chanel was like, what is the best way to figure out what your particular niche is? Great question, Queen. Way to start us off with some power. So to me, the best way to pick a niche is to pick an audience where you've been where they are and you're now where they want to be, right? You've been where they are and you now where they want to be. Now, listen, some of y'all are like, well, I ain't the president of the United States. I haven't even got a promotion at my job before. Yeah, I get you. But here's the thing. Even a second grader can teach somebody. It's just the first grade in kindergarten. When you're in the third grade, guess what? You get to, coach the second graders, the first graders, the kindergartners. Believe it or not, you in your journey are where somebody else would love to be. Maybe it is your health, maybe it's your wealth, maybe it's your finances, but you are living somebody. Think about this for a minute, y'all. At least one thing in your life right now is something you used to pray for. Y'all hear me? At least one thing in your life right now is something that you used to pray for. Think about that. Once you consider that thought, you'll realize how blessed you are. You'll realize how grateful you have the capacity to be if you want to choose a higher vibration. One of the highest vibrations you can give yourself is gratitude. And what happens is once you're grateful for where you are, once you begin to acknowledge where you are, you can start to leverage it. Somebody write this in the comments. The way you raise your vibration, the way you change your life, the way that you can go from where you are to where you want to be, it always goes ILL. First, you have to invest in a thing. Once you begin to invest in it, you begin to love it. And then once you begin to love it, you can leverage it. That's how it goes. Invest. Think about it, ladies. If you cook a couple meals for that dude, that's like your man, right? You're investing in him. Well, think about it, fellas. Once I don't know why I use love for the woman and I'm using this example for the man, but I'm just trying to make this real relatable. Let's say you washing your car and all of that. You really taking care of your car. You've invested in it. How do you feel when you come outside and one of the the little neighborhood kids like leaning on your car? You're like, man, you know what I mean? Right? That's because you've invested in it. So now you love it, right? Well, let's say you're taking care of your yard, you cutting your lawn, and then you see a beer can in your, you're like, man, what the heck? Now, if you didn't invest, if your whole front lawn looks like a junkyard anyway, you don't even notice the beer can. Looks like more decoration, right? But it's after you invest in it that you begin to love it. Am I making sense? Then after you love it, you can leverage it. Well, that's like your life. You got to invest some thought into what your mama used to call counting your blessings, right? So for instance, maybe you were a single mother and now you're in a relationship that's happy and you got a blended family going on and there's lots of love in the household. Well, see, if I begin to count my blessings, if I'm in that situation, then what I'm able to do is jot down all the ways I used to feel when I was back there. Now I'm able to say, man, it's so overwhelming. Man, how am I supposed to balance work and life? Man, how am I supposed to give each child individual attention? Man, how do I go about getting the money I need to hire a nanny, to hire maids? Man, how do I figure out a schedule so that everything's cohesive and there's some synergy in the household? Oh my gosh. I remember when I was pulling my hair out at the roots because you know what you're doing? You're coming up with a presentation. Because the more I can speak from my heart, the more I'm guaranteed to touch somebody else's. Is this making sense, Chanel? Is this making sense? So now at that point, I've got a niche that I can help the easiest and the quickest because I already know their struggle and I know the exact pathway out of hell. I'm like a tour guide out of hell at this point because I know where that hell is that they at. I can come in and get them like Harriet Tubman, and then I know the pathway to freedom. I see the North Star. They can't see it yet, right? Because you don't see with your eyes. You see with your mind. And I've got more of a vocabulary because I've experienced more things in this particular world. Does that make sense? Now, we ain't saying you can help them if they're a veterinarian. We ain't saying you can help them if they're a private chef. But if they a single mother with X amount of kids, ooh, I got them. Does that make sense, Queen? Does that make sense? Well, Chanel just typed that thing in, so I hope that helped. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's all facts. Tell him, babe. Yeah, you got to count your blessings. That's right. All right, question number 2. I hope that was helpful. Chanel ain't giving me no feedback, so I don't know if I was way off base with the question or what. I hope that was helpful, though. Okay, my man Corey is like, how often? That's right, Demeter. Hold up. This for my man JT. Yeah, that was yeah. I'm taking you on a date, girl. I'm gonna take you on a date. All right. So Corey is like, how often should you follow up with someone after taking them through the system? Trying to make me blush and all that. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm tough. All right, here go. All right, Corey. So how often should you follow up with somebody after taking them through the system? This is a tricky question right here. This one right here is kind of tricky, right? Because at the end of the day, it's more like art than science, bro. It's more like art and science. Did everybody get? Hey, Corey, are you on the email list? Are you on the email list, Corey? Everybody who's on the email list, yesterday I sent you a follow-up blueprint that we had done a little while ago, but it's cold. And one of the things that I lay out, and I say that, with the most meek spirit possible. I'm just saying, man, it's cold, but the point I'm making, right, is that I don't think it's so much about how much you follow up or how often you follow up. I think it's about how much you have to follow up with. Let me explain. Every time I come see this person, I need to have something new for them. I need to have something different. I need to have something interesting to update them on. Because, and that's the power even of plugging people in to Good Morning Millionaire. If you're an entrepreneur and you're the type of entrepreneur that has a pipeline, because what happens is if you don't have something new to talk to them about, it's like a lot of awkward, are you ready to buy something yet? And then they see through that. It demeans the relationship. It takes it to this level of everything being kind of like transactional, when what you're looking for is to remember the adage that nobody even cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So just imagine if instead you're following up with them about that class we did on accountability. Who can't use that that's on your pipeline? Whether they need accountability with their health, their wealth, or their relationships, their heart set, their mindset, or their skill set. Listen, that is something that is universal, and it's hard to find something that's universal. That's universal. Or when we were talking about leadership myths that stunt your potential, you send that to them. Oh, they don't have Facebook, Haziq. Well, that's why it's on YouTube. So what happens is you looking in your personnel file, you're like, oh yeah, they're really having problems with their, oh wait a minute. Oh man, you know what? I see where, now you send them a class that has to do with that, right? It has to do with the notes you took. And now you're able to, every time you come, you got something different for them. But you don't keep it just a Good Morning Millionaire. What I'm saying is it might be an article you found. It might be an article about your own company that they've never seen before. But the point is, what do you have that's new? What can you do when you go through their timeline to see what's relevant to them right now? What's different, right? What's something that's kind of like interesting? And that's what I would focus on. Not just quantity of follow-up, but quality of follow-up. Does that make sense, my bro? Did that help somebody out there? Oh man, see that? Details. But I love the fact that you been around so long, you remember the old number, baby. That's right. Something new, different, and interesting. Shut up. I was not stuttering. I'm tough. All right. Sound like we got somebody on the live line. Good morning, millionaire.
Oh, good morning. Oh, you heard me. Good morning, millionaire. This is Dennis Stickler. How you doing this morning, Mr. Haziq Ali?
I feel like a giant, Mr. Thicklin. Congratulations, man. Are you growing your team and stuff? I'm proud of you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate the kind and expert assistance. Thank you so much.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure.
Your question, yeah, right on, bro. So your question about which subject matter, which class this past week stood out or resonated with us, mostly for me, it was the Sunday night mentorship call. I always enjoy those. And you did this past one about 10 different leadership myths and exactly how to overcome them. And I'm going to quickly say this. Number 10, people believe that humble and meek leaders get taken advantage of. I want to elaborate on that because my question this morning is pertaining to meaningful conversation, okay? So during, after our new affiliate joined our great company, Nove, because I'm a part of Nove and Nove is a part of me, right? That's how I look at it. We're in this together. So after the person enrolled, I make it a habit of staying in contact daily with new people that join my businesses in the past, and I'm going to continue to do that until the end of time. So I'm engaged in a meaningful conversation. The person is asking questions, and he said, "Oh, I understand." He said, "Oh, this is kind of like one of those pyramid things." And he said it not joking. I mean, not in a bad way, but I had not had anyone ask me that question in a while, so it kind of stunned me momentarily. But I quickly said, "Okay, no." I said, "But it's a great pyramid, man. This is a great pyramid." And so then I quickly shifted the conversation back to, I said, "Oh, but more importantly, remember why you said Nove appealed to you and why you wanted to become a part of Nove." So my question this morning is that when someone ask me when I'm prospecting them or during meaningful conversation or from a presentation, if they say, okay, man, this is one of those pyramid things, whether they don't understand how the model is set up or if they're saying it because they're trying to be smart aleck, what would be a good response for me to give them?
Yeah, great question. So what Dennis said was that, first of all, his favorite class this week was the one we did Sunday night on 10 leadership myths that stunt your potential and will keep you smaller than you really are, will keep you pretending to be small. And yeah, that was a really good one. And then his question was, what do you say when somebody comes up and says, hey, is this one of them pyramid things? Or they make it a statement, not even a question, like, oh, this is one of them pyramid things. Always remember that the first thing you have to do is ask questions. Meaningful conversation means that what this person is saying is important enough that you want to know more about it. You don't want to veer into interrogation, which means no matter what they say, you're just following your track. You're just ignoring everything they just now said and asking your next question, right? This is not an interrogation. This is not an inquisition. This is a conversation. That means wherever they take it, you going right with them. You going with the flow. Like, oh, yeah, and how did that make you feel? And oh, yeah, right? It's a conversation. So when they ask you something like, is this a pyramid? First thing you want to say, in my humble opinion, is you want to say something to the effect of, so what do you mean by that? What is a pyramid to you? I don't want to make assumptions that I know what they mean by pyramid. Maybe by pyramid, they mean Ponzi scheme, this fragile thing, or maybe they mean pyramid as in the Great Pyramid of Giza, which has been there for centuries at this point, and one of the most powerful structures on the whole planet that can't be affected by weather, rain, hail, sleet. You know what I mean? Nothing stops the thing. Maybe that's what they're referring to, but who am I to know? I need to ask them. Chances are they don't know either, right? So after they say it out, especially if they're being a smart aleck and they don't really have an answer, you know what I mean? You can now take the conversation somewhere. And I won't go too deep into that part because I think you'll break that pattern the minute you say, hey, so what is a pyramid to you? And then from there, you'll see the conversation will just kind of open up. Maybe they start saying things like, oh, one of those things where, you work and someone else is making money, and then obviously that just opens it up to so many things. You're like, well, you mean like your job? I mean, I guess it's like a job, but the difference here is there's no limit on my income. Or the difference here is I really get to earn what I deserve instead of it being like I got to take what they're giving me. Or the difference here is, because it's a business, I get to earn, spend, and then pay taxes. Versus with a job, I earn, pay taxes, and then I get to spend. So it's all kinds of similarities to a job. There's so many differences with a job. But yeah, I get what you mean. I think you say pyramid scheme. Let me look that up. Oh, it says here that a pyramid scheme has no products and services. So no, this wouldn't be a pyramid scheme. As a matter of fact, our company has more customers than they have affiliates. It's actually one of the reasons we're the best kept secret in the whole financial services industry. Oh, pyramid scheme. Oh, it says here it's a scam. Oh, well, no, our CEO writes for Forbes. So I think Forbes kind of. It says here a pyramid scheme is. Oh no, we're Inc. 5000 fastest growing company in America. So no, this wouldn't be right. But first, I got to get a feel for them and what they saying by saying that. And I don't want to assume. I don't want to make a butt out of you and me. So I don't want to assume. I want to ask questions. Somebody give me this in the comments. Questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. Questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. All right, who else we got? Good morning, millionaire.
Thank you, Miss Ali.
Appreciate it, bro. Who else we got?
Miss Ali, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Tyrone Jackson from Cincinnati, Ohio. Miss Andy Kidd put me on the line, and I just wanted to share, how I approach the pyramid thing.
Hey, well, Mr. Jackson, I appreciate that, my bro, but really we want to hear your question, like how we can help you grow your business this morning, because I don't want to turn this into everybody giving their, you know what I mean? You get to do that in the Facebook group and everything else, but I want to keep this to the questions, please, my brother, respectfully.
Very excellent. So I don't have a question.
Right on, right on. And that is something I want you to work on too, Mr. Jackson. You're a member of my inner circle. You know I got a lot of love for you. I want to start hearing more of the testimonies of how you blowing this business out the water, because, there's mentorship you have to offer people. You have a lot of power for people, but, you're not going to get rich from what you know already. We only get rich from what we learn. So we're coming up on 8 o'clock. We got time for one more question before we get to the affirmations, and we're going to take it to the phone line. I can scroll through these comments, but if you had already asked the question, then please throw it in there again so I can find it easier. Let me get one more question out before we take it there. One more question, y'all. One more question.
Good morning.
Good morning, millionaire.
Millionaire.
Woo!
Good morning. Good morning. You probably know who this is already because I call every once in a while. This is Shirley from Hampton, Virginia, and Al Nunu Terry put me on the line.
This is Cherie?
And, Shirley Nixon.
Oh, hey, Miss Nixon. Man, y'all don't know Miss Shirley Nixon be wearing the coldest eyeglasses you ever saw in your life. How you doing this morning, Miss Nixon?
Good. I do have a question. I have posted something on my Facebook page this week, and I did a little short video, and I have a lot of likes. So how do I engage a person that likes my video to engage them so much that I could even just get a number or to talk to them to get a meaningful conversation? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
How do I just from like a social media contact them to get them engaged into get into a meaningful conversation?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So there's a bunch of different ways. First of all, you can get likes on social media. Things that get a lot of likes. Somebody give me this in the comments. Baby pictures, you know, relationship pictures, humor, engagement posts. We have a whole collection of engagement posts, right? Pets. I don't know why, but cats and horses and really cute puppies, they always get a lot of engagement. And here's another tip that might be common sense to everybody else, but I just now started really implementing this. And that is the idea that everybody who likes in the comments, you got to respond to them. And then Facebook loves the fact that you playing a game. And I bet it works like that on Instagram as well, since they own Instagram. They like the fact you're playing a game and keeping their people stuck there more. And now you're bringing more people back to Instagram because they see somebody just like their comment or like their reply. They're like, oh, they get that shot of dopamine. Facebook knows that that's making them get addicted to their particular platform. And now you're not going off the TikTok. Now you ain't going off the LinkedIn. Now you ain't going off the Snapchat, right? And so they love that you engage with the people that engage with you. Every time you start liking it, you'll go back to your notifications and a bunch more people done liked it. Or every time you respond to a comment, you'll go back to your notifications and more people have commented. That's because Facebook already knows who are the commenters. And then they put it on their timeline. He feel like responding to some comments. We're going to put this thing in front of more people that like the comment. Oh, she like responding to likes. We're going to put this to more people that like stuff, right? That's why even when you're buying ads, you can buy an engagement ad where you'll get like a lot of comments, or you can buy an ad for what they call, I forget it, but the one for likes. So that's a little hack. You can even Google stuff like, let me throw this up. If you want more quotes to put up on Facebook, then you can text message @MillMine to 81010, and you get quotes every single day that you can use. You don't have to use the same one that came out that day. You can scroll back today and use one from 2 weeks ago and put that up. And you're going to get likes, you're going to get engagement, et cetera, and so forth, right? So there's a little formula that I learned from Gary Vee where he's like, like his formula is, he does a boxing metaphor. It's like jab, 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 right hook. In other words, give, and then ask people to come in with the right hook, right? Something sticky, something that'll make them kind of like engage with you. So it's like give, then ask. Give, then ask. In other words, 10-4-1, y'all. 10-4-1. For every 10 posts you put out there that are inspirational or funny or educational or uplifting, because people come to Facebook to connect. They don't come to Facebook to buy, right? So you give them 10 posts that are inspirational and educational and uplifting, and then there should be 4 subtle posts. 4 subtle posts mixed in, right? Subtle posts. Hey, welcome, Shaquita. Welcome to Dear Millionaire. I see she just joined the text message list. So these 4 subtle posts that you mixing into the 10 are subtle posts about lifestyle or the benefits of your product or service for somebody else, right? They're subtle, right? Check out this success story. They were using this type of system before they met me, but now they're using this, but you keep it subtle. Sometimes you might not even mention the name of your company, right? And then one direct call to action. You give them something real direct. Now, when they make a comment and you're in their inbox, now you're asking questions so you can find out how to recruit them. And even more importantly, if you would want to recruit them. You hear what I'm saying? So, it goes something like this. First, you're like, thanks for liking my post. What you been up to? Or you can be like, thanks for commenting on my picture. What's new with you? Tell me something good, baby. Right? And then number 2 might be like, so I'm just curious, what do you do professionally? What are you up to these days? Then number 3, you're like, nice. You know what I mean? So what do you like about that? Or back in PQS3, if y'all Google this technology I came back with that went viral, and the only other company that I've ever been in besides Nove was the one that kind of birthed me in it. And I did this video, a long story. All my Nove people know what I'm talking about, but it's this video called PQS3. And I would teach them to be like, nice, Like my cousin does that. That seemed like kind of like his dream job. Is that your dream job too? And they'd be like, heck no. Hell, heck no. HE double hockey sticks, no. Right? But you at least get them kicking it about their job. Number 4. So is there anything you don't like about it? You know what I mean? And now they're talking. And then you're like, well, what would you change? Uh-oh. You just asked a question that transports their consciousness to where they're uncomfortable. And now that they're in pain, they just want to get out of it. What you be telling your kids when they be like, ooh, I got to use the bathroom. You be like, don't think about it, right? Well, now you just did the opposite. You're making them think about their pain, right? So now they're kicking it with you about what they would change. All right, and now number 7, you're like, all right, just a shot in the dark, right? I see you do blank. I do a lot of blank, or I'm working with a lot of blank. And would you be interested in taking a look at what I do on the side to make extra money? If not, it's no big deal. I was just curious, right? See, we like the drive-through worker at McDonald's. We're just offering the apple pie. We're like the drive-through worker at Taco Bell. We're just saying, hey, did you want some sauce with that? Did you want some? And if they're like, no, we don't go cry on the fry bin. We don't go cry on the burger grill, right? What do? We just move on to the next. We don't care. In fact, we already know most don't want an apple pie, right? We already are prepared for that. But here's the thing. Some won't, some will. So what? Somebody waiting. We call that SW4. Not SWV, but SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody waiting, baby. Right? And the difference between us and a McDonald's worker is that when somebody is interested, we might get paid from offering that apple pie the rest of our life, which is another difference between us and a pyramid called McDonald's. Was that helpful, Miss Nixon?
Yes, it was. Thank you. I was muted myself, so I couldn't, interrupt you as you were explaining it to me. But yes, it was.
I love it.
Basically, just get them engaged and then ask them for their number, to call them, and then you can get on the phone with them and then get that meaningful conversation with them.
Yeah, or a lot of that was just designed for strictly inbox. With that particular strategy, I have other strategies so you can get their phone number, because you always want to go from less intimate convo to more intimate convo. That is the goal, to get them offline, to get them offline.
Right.
But that right there, that's not what I described. That was all text messages. That was all inbox, because it's designed for you to kind of save all of this in your phone almost. And then you can run through 30 or 40 of the people that liked it in one day, instead of you having one conversation. While this one's responding to number 3, you're already on number 5 with this other person. All right, my man Barry Bibbs just joined Dear Millionaire. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, King Bibbs? All right, so I hope that was helpful, y'all. We about to go do our affirmations. Thank you, Miss Nixon. Thank you, Coco.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Queen. I hope this was a helpful edition of Free Coaching Friday. Sometimes y'all be quiet, man, but every time I try to end this series, y'all be like, nah, we like Free Coaching Friday. Man, y'all better do what these leaders did and have some questions. And shouts out to my man Tyrone Jackson for letting somebody get some questions off so that I could help them. All right, here's a phone number, y'all. And Tyrone, I still would love to hear your thing about how to answer pyramid schemes. Please put that in Entrepreneurishment, our Facebook group for entrepreneurs, for nourishing entrepreneurs. You see what we did there? Entrepreneurishment. All right, call in. Call in right now. It's affirmation time. If you never tried affirmations before, I want to challenge you this morning. Just try it. Demeter, you something else. Oh, I'm glad you made it in, Amani. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm glad y'all made it. Share this with somebody who needs it, baby. Share this with somebody who needs it. Spread the word. Let's change the world. All right, everybody called in? All right, repeat after me. Here we go. Here we go. I am so happy and grateful